Hello everyone. So today we will discuss here measurement of power. Okay, measurement of power. Okay, so basically power is written as P dW by dt equals to P dt. Okay, in bracket V multiplied by Q. Okay, so basically W is written as V multiplied by Q. Okay, and V is your constant. Uh, take outside. So here differentiate Q with respect to time because this is your variable quantity. Okay, so here we get dq by dt is your current. Rate of change of charge with respect to time is your current. So V multiplied by I is your power. Okay, so this is unit of this power is volt ampere or joule per second or watt. Okay, next is the power is categorized in two part. First one is the DC power. Okay, and DC power is written as PDC equal to VDC multiply IDC. Okay, so first this DC power measured by VA method. This is volt ampere method, or and next method is ampere volt method. Okay, and third one is EDM method. Okay, this is your watt meter. Okay, next is your AC power measurement. In AC power measurement, first we calculate single phase AC power. In AC power we calculate real power and reactive power. Okay, so here basically P phase I phase cos phi. Okay, and reactive power Q equals to V phase I phase sine phi. This 3 is used for 3 phase, so erase this 3. Okay, so next is your 3 phase AC power measurement. In 3 phase AC power measurement we calculate again real power. Real power is written as 3 V phase I phase cos phi, or P equals to under root 3 VL IL cos phi. And second, in also 3 phase we calculate reactive power. Reactive power is written as in phase 3 phase 3 VPH IPS sin phi, and Q equals to under root 3 VL IL sin phi. Okay, so here okay, so in single phase power in reactive power here we erase 3. So this is this is the correct formula for single phase reactive power calculation. Okay, in the case of star connection VL equal to under root 3 VPH, and line current is equal to phase current. In case of delta VL equals to VPH. Okay, line voltage equals to phase voltage, and line current equal to under root 3 times of phase voltage. So here I draw single phase 2 wire system. Okay, so this is your single phase. Okay, this is your current coil and this is your potential coil. This is line or phase and neutral. This is your here we use a single watt meter method in single phase power. Okay, this is your single phase 2 wire system. In single phase 2 wire system we use 1 watt meter to calculate a power. Okay, second is a 2 watt meter method. in 2 watt meter method, uh, we this is here we have a 3 wire, and in 3 wire system we calculate a power with the help of 2 watt meter method. Okay, next is the 3 watt meter method. In 3 watt meter method, basically this is your potential coil, pressure coils. This is R, Y, B, and N. uh, in in this system, this is your 3 watt meter method. Here we use a 3-phase 4 wire system. Okay, in 3-phase 4 wire system we require 3 watt meter. Okay, for balance system we required a single watt meter to calculate a power. Okay, in case of basically this is your 3-phase 3 wire system, and this 3-phase 3 wire system is used for unbalanced or balanced case. Okay, so suppose this is your 3-phase 3 wire system is unbalanced, so here we calculate power with the help of 2 watt meter method. Okay, and last one is your uh, next method. In next method we also calculate a power with the help of 2 watt meter method. So basically here we have a two phase 3 wire system. This is your R, Y, and N. So this is your 2-phase 3 wire system. Here required number of watt meters is 2. Okay, next one is your Blender's theorem. So according to the Blender's theorem, in a basically n phase system, if have in a n phase system, if there is neutral is available, there is neutral is available, number of watt meter required, or there is neutral available, so number of watt meter required is n. Okay, and second one is, suppose if there is number of neutral point is available, so number of watt meter is required n minus 1. So there is no neutral point is available. If there is no neutral point is available, so number of watt meter is required n minus 1. Okay, means suppose this is your n phase system. N phase system means suppose 3 wire system. 3 wire system, if neutral is 3-phase 3 wire system, and suppose neutral is unavailable in this case, so in this case we calculate a power with the help of n minus 1 watt meter. Okay, n minus 1 watt meter means n is your number of phases minus 1 means 2 watt meter is required to calculate a 3-phase 3 wire system. Okay, suppose you have a 3-phase system, but neutral is available. Neutral is available means n watt meter is required, means 3-phase means 3 watt meter is required. Okay, so with the help of so here we power measured with the help of 2 watt meter method. Basically in 2 watt meter method, neutral is in 2 watt meter method we calculate a power of 3-phase, and in this system neutral is unavailable in this case, so with the help of 2 wattmeter method, we calculate a power. We calculate a power, or power means real power, and we calculate reactive power, and we also calculate a power factor of load and phase angle of load. Okay, so with so here we calculate a power of 3 phase 3 wire system with the help of 2 wattmeter method. Okay, so with the help of 2 wattmeter method, we calculate a 3 phase real power measurement and 3 phase reactive power measurement by 2 wattmeter method, and power factor of load by 2 wattmeter method, and last one is the phase angle is also calculated by 2 wattmeter method. So here we draw a 3 phase 3 wire system, and our load is connected in star. Okay, so this is your R phase, and this is our switch, this is our current coil. Okay, and this is your load impedance, and this is the second load impedance. Okay, and this is your third load impedance. Okay, okay, so these are the load impedances. Okay, this is R phase, this is B phase, and this is Y phase. Okay, so here we connect a current coil here, and this is the pressure coil. So basically this is R phase, B phase, and Y phase. So this is your current coil connected across R phase, and this is your pressure coil connecting between this R phase and B phase, and this is your current coil 2 connected in Y phase, and this is your pressure coil connected between Y phase and B phase. Okay, so here we connect three impedances in star connected. So this is your Z1, and this is your this impedance of this uh, load impedance of this element is Z1 angle phi, and impedance of second element is Z2 phi, and impedance of third node is Z3 angle phi, and all impedances connected in star. Okay, so in this case voltage across this Z1 is V1, and voltage across this Z3 is V3, and voltage across uh, Z2 is V2. Okay, and this current no, this is your current. So this this is your impedance behave like a sink. So current insert in this side, current insert in this side, insert in this side. Okay, so all impedance connected in star connection. So here in junction I1 plus I2 plus I3 equal to 0. Okay, so this is your voltage measured by this pressure coil is VPC equals to V2 3 means V2 3 means this is your second phase, this is your second phase, and this is your third phase. The voltage across second and third phase, and means this is your line voltage. Okay, and this is your this voltage is VPC. VPC means voltage across this phase and this phase. Okay, so suppose this is your V13. Okay, so voltage across one phase and three phase. Okay, so this is the voltage V13 is also written as V1 minus V3. Okay, so V13 is also written as this is V1 plus and negative magnitude of V3. Okay, so in star connection, instantaneous reading of wattmeter 1 is I1 V1 minus V3. Okay, so this is I1, this is I1, and voltage across this pressure coil is V1 minus V3. Similarly, wattmeter 2 measure current flow. This current coil 2 is I2. So here written I2 instantaneous power. That's why it's written small. And voltage measured by this pressure coil is VPC equal to V23. So this is I2 and V2 minus V3. Okay, suppose we take a sum of two wattmeters reading W1 plus W2. It's indicate us instantaneous power of this three-phase circuit. So W1 plus W2. Okay, so first wattmeter reading is I1 V1 minus V3 plus I2 V2 minus V3. Okay, multiply this. So we get V1 I1 plus V2 I2 minus V3 I1 plus I2. So according to the Kirchhoff law, I1 I2 plus I3 equals to 0. So uh, find I3 here. So I3 is I1 plus I2 equals to minus I3. Okay, so put the value of I1 plus I2 from this equation. Okay, we get I1 plus I2 V1 I1 plus V2 I2 minus V3 in bracket minus I3. Okay, minus minus is plus. So V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3 is your three-phase power measurement. So here we draw a three-phase. Okay, so this is V1, V2 and V3. So suppose this is your V1, and assume for the balance voltage condition, this is your V1 balance voltage and balance phase difference. So this is V1, so this one is V2 and this is your V3. Okay, the angle between V1 and V2 is 120 degree. Okay, and V3 and V2 and V3 angle is again 120 degree. Okay, so this is your V1, and suppose we want to make a minus V1. So for minus V1, this is plus V1 and this is your minus V1, and this is your minus V2, and this is your minus V3. Suppose here we want voltage, line voltage V13. So V13 is equal to V1 minus V3. Okay, vector V1 minus vector V3. So this is V1 and this is your V3. So add two quantities. So take the vector sum. You get this is a V1. This is V1 and this is your minus V3. Here we add V1 plus minus V3. So this is your V1 3. Okay, this is V1, this is V13. So this here, suppose our load is inductive. So inductive load means Z1, this is impedance Z1, and this is angle phi. Okay, so phi is uh, in load is inductive, so current lag this voltage by phi degree. Okay, so in this case current lag this voltage by phi degree. So this is your phi, this is phi, and current is I1, and suppose this is V2, current lag this V2 by phi degree. So this is I2, and this is V3. In load is inductive, so current is current lag by phi degree. This is your I3. So in this case this is V1 and this is your this is V1 and this is minus V1. So angle is V1 and this is minus V1. So minus V1 is just opposite to V1. So angle is 180 degree. Angle is 180 degree. Okay, and this is angle between V1 and V2 is 60. Angle between V1 and V2 is 120 degree. So this is 120 degree. So 120 degree means, suppose we calculate angle between minus V1 and V2 is 180 minus 120 means this is 180 and this is 120. So find this angle. This is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree, means angle between V1 and minus V3 is V1 and minus V3 is 60 degree. Okay, so in this case angle between V13 and minus V3 is, this is total 60, this is 30 degree, and this is also 30 degree. So suppose we calculate okay. So in this case angle between V1 and minus V2 is 180 degree. So this is the red one is 180 degree, and this is V1 and this is V2. So angle between V1 and V2 is this is 120 degree. Okay, next suppose calculate calculate angle between minus V1 and minus V1 and minus V2. So here total is 180 minus 120 means 60 degree. So angle between minus V1 and V2 is 60 degree. Similarly here V1 minus V3 angle is 60 degree. So angle between V13 and minus V3 is 30 degree, and angle between V1 and V13 is again 30 degree. So in this case suppose we calculate angle between V13 and this is your I1. So I1 lag behind V1 is 5 degree. So angle between V13 and this is I1 is, suppose we calculate this angle. So total angle is 30 and this is your phi. So this angle is 30 minus phi. So this angle is 30 minus phi. Okay, so in this case this angle is total is 30 minus phi. This is phi. So this is 30 minus phi. So in this case let v1, v2, v3 be the RMS value, RMS value of phase. Okay, and I1, I2, I3 be the RMS value of phase current, and this is value of phase voltage. Okay, so in this case for the balanced load, condition, V1 equal to V2 equal to V3 equal to V. Okay, we say okay, these are the phase voltages. Okay, and line voltages are V13 equal to V23 equal to V12 equal to under root 3 times of V, because this is your star connection. Okay, in the star connection line voltage equal to under root 3 times of phase voltage. Okay, and phase current I1 equal to I2 equal to I3 equal to I. Okay, so in this case line currents equal to I1 equal to I2 equal to I3 equal to I. Okay, in the case of a star connection line current and phase current both are equal, that's why it's I. And power factor equal to cos phi. Okay, so in this case here we write W1 wattmeter reading is V13 and I1 cos 30 minus phi. Okay, so this is cos 30 minus phi. Okay, so here written in terms of phase. So this is your under root 3 voltage change into this line voltage change into phase. So under root 3 V I cos 30 minus phi. Okay, and again calculate a wattmeter 2 reading. So wattmeter 2 reading, so again our current lag behind voltage by 5 degree. So in this case we get a cos 30 plus 5. Okay, so voltage between 1 and voltage between 1 and uh, so in this case this is minus V3 and V2. So suppose we calculate V 23, so this is V23. Okay, this is your V23. Okay, and we here I2 lag this V2 by 5 degree, so this is your 30 degree, and again this is 30 degree. Okay, previously we calculate. So suppose we want to this angle, so this angle is 30, and this angle is 5. So in this case total angle is 30 plus 5. Okay, 30 plus 5. So wattmeter 2 wattmeter 2 wattmeter 2 wattmeter 2 reading is V23 V23, and here we get I2 and angle is cos 30 plus 5. So change to the phases, phase voltage, and root 3 V I cos 30 plus 5. Okay, add the readings of 2 wattmeters. So here we get W1 plus W2 is under root 3 Vi take Vi common, under root 3 Vi is common, and this is cos 30 minus 5 and minus cos 30 plus 5. Okay, expand this cos 30 minus 5 and cos 30 plus 5, we get 3 Vi cos 5. Okay, so this is your total power. Okay, this is your total power consumed by load. Okay, so this is your total active power consumed by load. Okay, next is take the difference between two wattmeter readings. So this is W1 minus W2. So in this case this is under root 3 Vi under root 3 Vi, and this is cos 30 minus 5 cos 30 minus 5 and minus cos 30 plus 5. Okay, So in this case we calculate this, we get under root 3 Vi sine phi. Okay, so this is your reactive power. This is your reactive power. Reactive power. Okay, suppose you calculate phi. So for phi, take a tan operation. In tan operation, uh, perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular means reactive power, and base is your active power. So written here. So perpendicular is your reactive power, means W1 minus W2, and W1 plus W2 is your active power. So this is your tan phi. This is your tan phi. So in this case, suppose we calculate the phi. So in the case of phi, this is the tan inverse under root 3 W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2. So this is your phi, formula for phi. Last one is power factor. Power factor is cos phi. Cos phi. So this is your phi. So cos phi is tan inverse under root 3 P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2. Okay, so this is your cos phi. Okay, so this is our circuit diagram for this is your 2 wattmeter method to calculate a 3-phase power measurement. So in this case, this is your balanced load case. So this is R1, R2 and R3. So all impedance have a same register, same value, 25, 25, 25. So this is your balance case. Okay, so this is your R phase, Y phase and B phase. So in between we place a ammeter, and in between we place a voltmeter, and this is your wattmeter. Okay, so this measures the power. So this is your W1 and this is your W2. Okay, so in this case it's give a reading. So this is your W1 and this is your W2. So this reading is W2, and this reading is W1. Okay, and this measures the current in R phase, and this measures the current between R and Y phase. Okay, so take the readings first. In this case, line voltage is 100 and frequency is 50 Hertz. So in this case, switch on in this case. So voltage across line voltage is 100 volt. So voltage measured between R phase and Y phase is 100, and load is 25 ohm. All R1, R2, R3 is 25 ohm. So in this case, power consumed. Okay, so power consumed in both wattmeters are approximately equal. It's 199.85 815, and this is a 200 watt power. Okay, so approximately both indicate 200 watt. power. Okay, and this is your line voltage, and this is your line current. Okay, so in balance case you directly calculate power from here also. Okay, so next step is fill data in table, take another reading, increase the. Okay, so here we increase the load impedance increase means decreases the value of resistance. Okay, so again turn on the switches. Okay, so power is increased here. So W1 source 208 watt power, and W2 is also 208 watt power. Okay, fill data in table. Again uh, again increase load increases means decrease the value of resistance, turn on the switch. Okay, when we increase the load, our uh, power absorption by this load is increased. Okay, so you get 270 watt of power. Okay, and click fill data in table, take another reading, decrease the load. So load is 22 ohm. Okay, R1 R3 R 22 ohm. Okay, the load is increases means current is increases and power is also increases. Okay, so power is also again increases 227 watt. Okay, fill data in table. Okay, so again decrease the value of resistance, so current is again increases and the power is also increases. Okay, fill data in table. So here we take a 5 readings. Okay, so this is RY, this is your phase voltage, and this is your line voltage, and this is your line current, and this is your cos phi value. We also calculate by formula. So this is your power W1 plus W2 means this is your active power. Okay, and this is your reading of W1 and W2. With the help of W1 and W2 you also calculate cos phi and phi and Q. Okay, so this reading for balanced load. Okay, move to the unbalanced load. In unbalanced load we have a different resistance in each branch. Okay, load branch. Okay, so this is your R1 is 120 ohm, R2 is 160, and R3 is 180 ohm. Okay, and this is your wattmeter 1 reading, this is a ammeter 1 reading, and this is voltmeter, and this is a ammeter. It's measure a Y current, and uh, this ammeter measures a B phase current. Okay, and voltage is also imbalance here. VRY is 100 volt and BY is 150 volt. Okay, so this is a voltmeter measures the line voltage here. Okay, so in this case turn on the switches, turn on the switch, load is imbalance. So wattmeter, this is W1 reading and W2 reading. So both wattmeters readings are different because uh, this is your imbalance load. Okay, fill data in table. So W1 and W2 readings are different in this case. Okay, total power consumed by load is 253 watt. Okay, and here we change the load. So again turn on the switch, okay, W1 and W2 readings are different. Okay, so click on fill data in table. This is another this is next reading. Again change the value of R1, R2 and R3. Here to change the impedance of R1, R2 and R3 and turn on the switch. Okay, and calculate the power. Again both wattmeters readings are different. Okay, so fill data in table. Okay, take the 5 readings. Again change the impedance. Okay, and turn on the switch. Okay, so power are different in this case. Okay, W1 and W2 readings are different. Fill data in table. Okay, again change the R1 R3 values. Okay, and turn on the switch to get the different power in both wattmeters, because this is your imbalance load or unbalanced load. Fill data in table. So this is your W1 and W2 reading. With the help of W1 and W2 reading, you also to calculate active power, reactive power and power factor and phi. Okay, so this is all about 2 wattmeter method.